Join me as I dive deep into the reasons why this person always feels guilty, and let's see if I can figure out how to help them overcome it. Guilt is an emotion that we've all experienced at some point or another, but have you ever stopped to think about how it affects individuals differently? For some, it's a fleeting feeling that can be easily shrugged off, but for others, it can be a constant companion, weighing heavily on their minds and hearts. When we talk about chronic guilt, we're referring to a pervasive sense of remorse that can be a significant emotional burden for many people. It's like having a constant critic in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough, that you've made mistakes, and that you're to blame for everything that's gone wrong. This kind of guilt can be overwhelming, making it difficult for people to move on from past events or to forgive themselves for perceived transgressions. It's a heavy emotional load to carry, and it can be incredibly draining. But what's even more interesting is that chronic guilt often has very little to do with the present moment. Instead, it's often rooted in past experiences, societal expectations, and even our upbringing. It's a complex web of emotions, and untangling it can be a difficult but ultimately rewarding process. So, what drives this guilt-ridden mindset? Is it the fear of being judged by others, or the fear of not meeting our own expectations? Perhaps it's the result of growing up in an environment where criticism and negativity were rampant, or maybe it's a result of our own self-criticism. As we delve deeper into the psychological aspects of guilt, it becomes clear that it's a multifaceted issue with many different contributing factors. Our upbringing, our relationships, and even our societal norms can all play a role in shaping our sense of self-worth and our propensity for guilt. But here's the thing, guilt doesn't have to be a negative force in our lives. In fact, it can be a powerful catalyst for change and growth. When we can acknowledge and understand the roots of our guilt, we can begin to transform it into something positive. Guilt can be an evolutionary adaptation that helps us to learn from our mistakes and to develop empathy for others. It can also be a sign that we're pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zones and taking risks. So, what if we could learn to harness this energy and use it to propel ourselves forward? As we explore the complex issue of guilt, it becomes clear that understanding its origins and mechanisms is key to overcoming it. By recognizing the factors that contribute to our guilt, we can begin to develop healthier emotional responses and learn to live more balanced, more compassionate lives. In conclusion, guilt is a complex and multifaceted emotion that affects us all differently. But by exploring its roots and mechanisms, we can begin to transform it into a positive force for change. Thanks for watching, and if you've struggled with guilt in the past, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Don't forget to check out another video on emotional well-being, and I'll see you in the next one.